Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Explore Your IET membership event hosted by myself, Felix Sora.
And my name's Demi O'Dell.
And today we're going to be talking about your IET membership, what the IET is, what the IET membership benefits are, and how you can use the IET member benefits to progress and develop as an engineer. So throughout the presentation, I'm sure a lot of you will get some questions regarding the content that Demi and I are going to cover. But you will get a chance to ask them throughout the presentation, and you'll get a chance for them to get answered at the end. We're also going to ask you some questions, so for the time being, if you can you scan the QR code on the slide? It will take you directly to Slido, where you can start entering your questions in now. If your phone can't reach or can't recognize the QR code, just go onto slido.com, enter in hashtag IET Explore, and it should take you directly to the question panel. But yeah, as I said, we're going to keep it quite interactive, so any questions that don't get answered, we'll go ahead and answer them at the end. And also, Demi's going to introduce some of our guests to come and speak on the stage. And yeah, so if you have any questions for them, feel free to put them in the same sort of question panel.
A little bit of housekeeping before we get started as well. There are no planned fire alarms for today, but in the event that the fire alarm does sound, please do locate your nearest fire exit doors and make your way to our fire assembly point, and this is Somerset House.
And here is the QR code again, so we'll get another chance to scan it, of course. And like I said, if your phone doesn't pick it up, just go onto slido.com, enter in hashtag IET Explore, and it should take you directly to the questions panel.
Yep, and like Felix said, we'll do our absolute best to try and get through as many questions as possible. But if we don't manage to answer your questions live, please do keep an eye out. We'll be answering them offline as well.
So Demi, what's on the agenda today?
So we've got a whole event hosted for you guys today. It's not just our presentation, so don't panic. You're not going to be listening to me and Felix ramble all afternoon. We have got some exciting workshops a little bit later on as well. We're going to be joined by our professional registration team, our fellowship team, and our volunteering team. They are running some workshops. These are unfortunately already booked. They are fully registered, but if you are still interested, I'm sure they'll be hosting something a little bit later on at a later date. We've also got our Lego graffiti wall, as some of you may have already seen, and we are joined by our professional photographer, Christian. He's going to be wandering around, and he has got a little stand as well, so if you're looking to get your LinkedIn profile updated, please do grab him. Not only that, we've got our IET prize draw that you can go ahead and enter as well in order to win a journal and a pen set. And then a little bit later on this evening, around 6 to 7 p.m, we're going to be joined by our newest president, Mr. Warren East. He's going to be unveiling his 3-step plan, and there are still plenty of spaces for that, so you can still register to book on.
Just to make a quick update, Warren East wasn't actually able to make obviously the speech today, but we will be introducing obviously Sam Hubbard, our deputy president, to come onto the stage and give a little bit of insight on the IET. So everyone, welcome Sam.
So, thank you Felix and Demi. I'm delighted to be here to welcome you all to our Explore Your IET membership event. We're really pleased that you could join us today, both in person and those online, to hear more about how you can make the most of your IET membership. So, I'm Sam Hubbard. I've just started my term as Deputy President and serving my 6th year, 2nd term on the Board of Trustees. My passion for engineering started at an early age. I loved design technology in school, and it was an extension of what I was doing at home with my dad. Whether it be building a caravan from scratch, building and flying remote control planes, helicopters, hovercraft, and the inevitable repairs that came with them, and every DIY task. So engineering was an obvious choice for me. But I left my uni course in engineering as it wasn't the practical, hands-on course I wanted, and took an apprenticeship in a paper mill. Later going back to uni as a part-time student, having the vocational background behind me. I stayed in the paper mill for 21 years, and I can honestly say I loved every single day. I was fortunate enough to win the Young Woman Engineer Prize in 2000, which was a catalyst for me. I spent a full year travelling around engineering shows, careers fairs, schools, appearing on TV, radio, newspaper magazines, articles, and won the WISE Excellence Award at the end of that year. Basically, because of all the fun I'd had chatting to anyone who'd listen, and telling them how exciting engineering was and how it was a great career and open to everyone. Following this, when the IET formed, I was asked to represent apprentices, technicians, and incorporated engineers on the Membership and Professional Development Board, as it's known now, which I did for many years, representing the board in various forms, including on the Board of Trustees for the Engineering Council, the regulating body for the professional registration. I later returned and chaired the board, which was an absolute privilege. I've been able to experience the IET at many volunteer levels, over 20 boards and committee positions, and through many interesting projects, making a real difference to the members and those we inspire, inform and influence, visiting Parliament, number 10 Downing Street and Buckingham Palace, to name a few. I've enjoyed holding the roles that are feet on the ground too, whether that's organising events for local networks, speaking at local network events and dinners, mentoring, industrial representative, which is the company-based professional registration advisor, an interface for corporate and enterprise partners, and each role has been enlightening and gave back more than I have invested. I'm a senior EC&I engineer at Urenco near Chester, a nuclear fuel enrichment facility. This is only the second place I've worked in 30-odd years, despite having had many jobs. The best part for me is I can continue to be an engineer, designing and solving problems in my day job, and work at board levels in my voluntary work. It's the best of both worlds. People have often asked me what membership gives them, and the IET have a great section on their website about membership benefits, and you'll hear a lot more about these today. But I think the answer depends on what you want to put in. The more involved you are, the benefits are exponential, like a chain reaction. Once you engage actively, whether it be in committees, technically, helping others, representing your company, or attending events, you never know where it'll take you. The IET's mission is to engineer a better world, and all our members, like you here, are a core part of this. This membership event is an excellent opportunity for you to meet your peers and make valuable connections with like-minded individuals. It's also a great chance for us to find out more about you and your goals. I encourage you all to get involved and engage in today's presentation. Ask any questions while you have us all here in the room. There'll be a chance for the questions and answers, as I mentioned, with the IET member engagement team and the panel of speakers, including myself at the end of this presentation. Being part of the IET gives you access to a wide range of benefits, from career advancement to building your professional network and keeping up to date on the latest developments in engineering and technology, all of which you'll hear more about in the next hour or two. Following this event later, we'll also be hearing from the incoming President, Warren East, at the IET President's Address, which is available both in person at Savoy Place and online. So please join to hear about Warren's vision for the IET to tackle the world's greatest challenges. Thank you again for joining us, and I hope you find the day informative and rewarding. I'll now pass you back over to Demi and Felix. Thank you.
So hi, everyone. Nice to meet you and those of you online. I think I've spoken to a few of you in the room already, so you're just here to kind of rehear stuff that I've already spoken to you about. But yeah, welcome. I'm Lydia Vattin. I'm the Volunteering Experience Manager here at the IET. I kind of look at all things outreach when it comes to our volunteers. So today I'll be kind of talking to you about what volunteering means at the IET, how our volunteers work and kind of what the benefits are. I'll be asking you a few questions to find out who you are as well. And then we'll be hearing from one of our actual lived volunteers, Thathsara, who'll be talking to you about his experience as an IET volunteer in different roles across the whole world. So if I can get you to get your phones out and online as well and scan this little Slido, I'll ask you a few questions just to get us started. Hopefully the first one should already be on there when you load it up. I'm very aware that I'm the last session of the day, so I just wanted to check in and see how your day's gone, whether you've enjoyed it. Let me share that bit now. Hopefully you've all got it, but you can see it again here. Okay, cool. Yeah, we've got some smiley faces. That is very good news. I think the first official question that I have for you guys is if any of you are already a volunteer for absolutely any organisation. This is kind of just giving up your time in a voluntary capacity to anyone across the globe. Interesting. There are more yeses than I thought there would be. Not that that's a bad thing. But cool. So, interesting. Thank you very much for answering. And the next question I have is whether any of you that are volunteers already, if you're a volunteer for the IET specifically. Cool. There'll obviously be less of you filling this one out, but thank you for answering. Cool, so that's good. You are the right audience for this presentation. And I guess currently all of you that said no, what is stopping you currently from being a volunteer? Why can't you? There's a few options up there, kind of a few of the key themes that we come out with when we kind of ask this question. And then there's an other, but if anyone answers other, and if you're in the room and you've answered other, I will ask you what that other reason is. Okay, so it seems like the most popular is, I don't know what I could do. So this, again, perfect audience for this presentation. Not enough time is coming quite strong. The IET, we offer loads of different roles that kind of take up as much time as you can give, basically. So hopefully that isn't much of a barrier when it comes to this. Cool, thank you for answering that. And kind of the last question, that's an interactive one, is what is the first kind of thing you think of when it comes to volunteering? Could be anything. Yep, helping. Cool. Yep, very charitable. Giving your time, sharing your knowledge. A few more people typing. I'll leave it going for a bit longer. Noisy kids. That, in some cases, is true. Cool. I like these. These are some good quotes, good words for us. Cool. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, giving back is coming through as one of the strongest, and that really is one of the main reasons that our volunteers actually give their time. So let me switch back over now to the actual slide deck. So kind of what is volunteering at the IET? And kind of why do we need volunteers at the IET? So we're here as the IET to help engineer a better world. Volunteers are very much at the heart of everything that we do as an organisation to do that. From inspiring young people to informing and influencing kind of the global engineering community. And volunteers really bring a different perspective to the way that we work, as well as representing kind of a range of views and different experiences to kind of ensure that the IET is really staying relevant and achieving its mission and making sure we're up there ready for the next 150 years. So again, what is volunteering at the IET? It is all of these things and more. So these are just some stats that we've got of things that we've been able to achieve with the help of volunteers. We have over 60 different roles. Please don't ask me to name all of them because I cannot do that. However, all of these roles are kind of online for you to look at in more detail if you're interested. That goes from kind of working with policy, influencing government, educating kind of children and getting them involved in STEM, being active in your local area, as well as sharing kind of your technical knowledge. There's so many different ways you can be involved. But yeah, there's a huge sense of community, and we already have over 4,000 volunteers at the IET, so if you were to join us, you'd be joining an awesome community of people. But we have kind of, through our volunteers, we've helped this year alone achieve over 2,500 people become professionally registered. We've held over 1,000 local level events across the entire world, and over 1,600 accredited university courses. That's not this year, that's overall. And this just really reflects how global the IET is. This is a lovely overview of the entire world and kind of how many volunteers we have in each area. So we really do have volunteers in a community that spans globally. And we have lots of experiences of volunteers either moving, changing careers, starting university in all of these different areas, and always having someone that they can go to, a friendly face, that they can interact with and know that the IET is always there. So up here is our volunteering vision. There are 5 kind of key pillars to the volunteering vision, labelled here. So we offer everyone flexible and inclusive volunteering opportunities. So this is kind of, again, it comes back to the time that you can give. We'll take any you have. We have different roles that can kind of take up to an hour a year. We have some roles that can take up to 60 hours a year. But again, it's very much relevant to what you can give and how much experience you have. We like to provide the right environment to strengthen professional and personal skills and grow networks. So we have a set volunteering network on our NGEX platform, which they mentioned earlier in the day. And this is a place, we have a private group just for our volunteers. So all 4,000 of them can communicate, share ideas, share best practice, ask questions if there are areas that they might be interested in. And we give kind of all of our volunteers set training for the jobs and the roles that they're taking on. We make sure that they're up to scratch on all of the information that they need to know to perform a good job. We enable everyone to recognise and celebrate their own and others' contribution and impact. So something that I'm really hoping to enforce this year is that we can feed back all of the stats and the ways in which our volunteers have really helped. So kind of what I showed on the last slide is how many people we've helped become professionally registered and how much manpower and volunteer power that has taken to show that we are really so thankful for our volunteers. We want to keep enhancing the volunteer experience, so that kind of comes down to, again, kind of recognition and how we can ensure our volunteers feel valued. And just make sure that kind of every step of a volunteer's experience, from kind of the recruitment to onboarding to learning their role to executing their role, is really top-notch. And give the volunteering community the opportunity to understand how their work supports kind of the IET's main global mission. So to kind of do all of this, the IET has recognised that we need a team of staff to really help support our volunteers through all of the things that they do. So this dedicated team looks after all of the different systems that our volunteers use to execute their roles. It gives them all of the training and makes sure that everyone is compliant enough to do the roles that they have signed up for. We manage kind of the reward and recognition piece, the onboarding, recruitment, how we engage with them when they are volunteers, and kind of a load more. So you don't just become a volunteer and then you're just kind of left to your own devices to do the role that you've signed up for. We're really there to kind of help support you along the way and make sure you're getting everything that you need. So these are a few of our reasons why volunteers really give their time, and it is quite reflective back of the little word cloud that we did earlier. Giving back is really the main driver, but wanting to make a difference and meeting new people, networking, learning new skills, and kind of inspiring the next generation. And then there are a few little quotes there from some of our actual lived volunteers that just really drive it home. So it's not just me presenting all these things that I could make up that they're saying. This is actually quotes that they lived through. So now I'm going to hand over to an actual lived, experienced volunteer, Thathsara. He has come from the South Asia region and has had quite a few roles, but he's here to talk to us about his journey and share a few insights that he has. So yeah, please welcome him up.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity, the Lydia and Teresa, to deliver this presentation. So actually, I'm Sri Lankan. I came yesterday. I have been nominated finalist of the Power Pressure Award. So for the participation to the award ceremony, so I came to UK. Before I start in my session, I need to tell, so I have honor to be the youngest chartered engineer in Sri Lanka, so because of due to my volunteering to the community. So I will explain how I did my volunteering, as well as how achieved my achievements. So So I have seen that most of them have several questions about the Gator Charter Engineer as well as Incorporate Engineering Technician Professional Registration. So my the main reason is to the volunteering with this. This is the greatest institution among world. So the working as a volunteering. So it's a so if you have any selecting volunteering, so IET is the best solution. So I'll start my presentation. This is the sequence. So, okay, right. This is the sequence. You can see the introduction, the volunteering role, IET volunteer journey. So I chose volunteer. So these are this is my sequence. So I'll first introduce. I'm a chartered electronic engineer with Engineering Council UK and the IET. And as well as I'm a IET volunteer in Sri Lanka. I'm currently working as a researcher in future medical in South Korea. So my passion is engineering and innovation. So I'm formally, before the researcher, I work as the engineer in Sri Lanka Electrical and Mechanical Engineers, Srulimi. Right. So this is my current volunteering role. So I'm currently holding as Vice Chairman of IET Sri Lanka Young Professionals Network, as well as I am working, volunteering as the IPR, International Professional Registration Advisor. I am the youngest one in Sri Lanka. I don't know other countries. So this is my volunteer journey. I started in 2016 as a student member in IET as my undergraduate. So then I did volunteer role as IET YP ambassador in 2019. Then I'm selected as 2022 as executive committee member in IET Young Professional Sri Lanka Network, as well as I'm selected to the honor treasurer in 2023. So why I chose to volunteer? So mainly the networking. So networking is networking. Right, it means I will explain in other slides. So how it's benefit, and so due to the volunteer, you can share your skills. So you can share your skills among others, as well as you can gain the leadership. You can organize several sessions and make leadership among you. Can feel proud can get proud with the volunteering appointments this especially in engineering, right? And you can get recognitions, and I will show how I get this, and so always to fun. All right. So this is what I enjoy most about the volunteering. So mainly I talk early. So I really love to connecting with the young professionals in same kind of young professionals. So these are the pictures I'm taking from the IET Young Professional Sri Lanka Network committee meetings. So being a volunteer, we have get opportunity to collecting same majors, always kind of same technological engineering set of people. It's my enjoy, right? So next is engaging with some expert in engineering, the industry side. So I got to know several kind of mentors in engineering, fellows, IT fellows. So they helped me a lot to get my charter, and they helped as a mentors, IPRs, and I talked with several senior professors in my university, as well as mentors, IT mentors in Sri Lanka. So they have helped me a lot to achieve my chartered engineering qualification as a young age. So, and another thing is, as a volunteer, you can not control to any separate local network. You can contact all around the world. So you can contact with other local networks, and there are several kind of volunteering roles. I will explain in further slides. So you can. So this is I enjoy most about the volunteering with IET. So you can collaborate international IET volunteers as well as staff. You can make good winning relationship with the IET with volunteering. So this is the last photograph taken in a couple of months. So we celebrated our 30th anniversary in IET Young Professionals Sri Lanka Network. So this year, so Sri Lanka is the second oldest youngest professional network outside the UK. So so I really love to aware the undergraduates, young professionals about the benefits of the IET as well as how to get professional registration through the IET. So I'm really happy to, these are some sessions I conduct several universities in Sri Lanka and some institutions. So I'll help the young professionals and the undergraduates to get their memberships and they get their professional registration in early stage. So it will be a benefit for them to find out good jobs. So as a volunteer, I will really happy to contribute this kind of a role. So as well as so I told earlier, so I as an international professional registration advisor. So up to now, I helped several young professionals in our country as well as the international region. So these are some feedbacks of them. So I'm really happy to see these kind of things as a volunteer. So I did several sessions up to now. So locally and internationally to how to get a charter, not only charter, in corporate engineering technician, and as well as the ICT technician. So next one is in South Asian, still we having on campus as a student chapters. So I will try to promote several on campus chapters to get their as a student membership. So I will really like to go to kind of universities and starting student chapters to so that's I really most enjoy with the IET volunteering. So next wise, I'm very allowed to organize in some events as a leader. So these are some kind of events. So 150 IET 150 events. So and Young Woman Engineer Board. So this kind of as a young professional Sri Lanka Executive Committee member, as a vice chairman, and I'm really happy to volunteering as a leadership to these kind of sessions. So after the successful event, I will happy a lot about as an IT volunteer. So next one is the receive the recognition as well as the appreciation from the volunteering contribution. So due to the volunteering contributions, so many institutions, universities, they are giving some recognitions as the given some appreciation to us, so guiding young professionals as well as the undergraduates. So as well as the receiving recognitions. So these are some articles published in IET web page and Engineering Council UK web page. So due to volunteering, so this kind of recognition and the appreciation I really love to get due to the contribution with the IT volunteering. So as well as the participation, as a volunteer, we can participate, as Lydia said, we can participate several kind of the awards ceremony. So these awards to receive to our IET Young Professional Sri Lanka Network in 2021 as a teamwork, as a volunteering. So you can get these kind of awards nominated as a finalist for the Paul Fletcher Award as a volunteering. So these kind of awards you can get and we can get as the volunteering with the IET. It's a real benefit. And as well as I'm really enjoy about it. So as a volunteer, we are organizing several industrial visits, to trips to develop, improve our young professionals and the university students, their knowledge. So I'm really happy to organize and the leadership to these kind of events and get, as well as I can get knowledge from these kind of events also. So because the IET will giving funded for as a volunteering. So this is really benefit for do as a volunteering with IET. And the another one is the so I'm really happy like to organize some kind of technical sessions as a researcher, research conferences. So normally as a young professional Sri Lanka network, we are annually organizing one technical conference. I really love to participating and organizing these kind of research conferences and international conferences to contribute as a volunteer. As well as I told earlier, so we can get fun, so we can participate. So we are normally organizing several on-campus sessions with get fun for our IT members, those who are engaging in volunteering activities. So we'll give some activities, leadership activities to them. And next, I like to talk about the why I recommend the volunteering with IT. You all know as a member. So now we have more than I think now is more than 4,000 volunteers. So this is a multidisciplinary institutions. So you can connect with several engineering discipline volunteers. So you can get their knowledge. It's really benefit. So your professional registration as well. So and you can connect with several international volunteers with same engineering background. So and the IT members there are 150 countries. So you can contact all the volunteers with 150 countries if you are come to volunteering group. So that's important. So this is the volunteer roadmap. I think you may know about that. So this the outer circle is the normal basic the volunteering role. You can easily get just like local networks, chair, secretary, these are basic volunteering roles. So with the experience, the outer circle of volunteering, so you can get the inner circle. You can come to inner circles as a volunteer. You can get the recognition as well as you can contact with volunteering and you can get more experience. So, and joining as a volunteering, as I said, so you have great opportunity to contribute to the engineering community as a leader and as a volunteer. So as well as you can develop your skills, interpersonal skills. You can contact with the global community. So you can take a first step as a volunteering. It's really beneficial. So there are a set of local networks in IET. So you can join your local networks and you can contact all the local networks. There other volunteers are really like to joining other volunteering networks and connect with other people. So as a South Asian, so our local network volunteering are really happy to connect with other local networks. So as a volunteer, you can connect with other volunteers, really benefit. As well as IT have several technical networks. As a specialist, if you are in specialty in any kind of engineering field, you can give your contributions as well as you can get knowledge from these while working with these kind of technical networks. So this year I applied 2 volunteering technical networks, so image processing and the robotics technical networks. So finally I need to taste the great the quote. So it's Mahatma Gandhi, who is in the Indian great person. So he told that the best way is to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. And a journey of personal growth and self-awareness, as well as to dedicate your time and the effects to help to others, which lead the proud personal inside your fulfillment. So thank you for the participation and contributions to the. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you, Thathsara. I really appreciate all of that work that you've done. It is really cool, and it shows the passion that you're willing to. I only asked him last week to come and do that for us, so pulled it all together very last minute, so I really appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, just to wrap up, if you are interested in any of the roles, and I know there are a lot of them, so take some time, look through our website, but also please drop us an email. There's a whole team of us that are willing to sit with you, talk you through kind of your skills, your background, your knowledge, and see how we can really make sure that you're put in the best role possible to help give you guys the benefits of volunteering, but also how we can reap the benefits of your time. So yeah, thank you so much for coming today. Really appreciate it.